we need to make sure the little time we've got with them, we do the best that we can to close that gap, because our ratios mean that we've got lots of time with our children. That gap that ethnic minority children or English additional language children start with only grows, and we have such a unique opportunity to really maximise on that. We both just stood there and absolutely mortified. The more we share, the more we learn, the more people benefit. Finding a building took us over a year and a half. We were ready to go, and it was just the building we needed. We did your course from abroad. We had everything ready, all the forms, everything good to go before we even landed in the country. We'd be dishonest and I didn't say that it's not all roses. It has been really, really, really tough.
Today we're outside Gems Nursery, where brilliance sparkles, a setting that was built through persistence, faith and pure determination. Aklima and Andrea first reached out to me years ago, back when they were living abroad, dreaming about open nursery in the UK, but facing setback after setback. No building, no support and no clear next step. But they didn't give up. Fast forward to today, they've opened a beautiful nursery where they've turned vision into a functioning, thriving setting. In this episode of So Open Nursery, we're going to hear the real story behind Gems Nursery, the long road, the challenges, and the moment it all came together. And for the first time, we're speaking to both founders behind the scenes of an earlier setting. So let's head inside and hear how they made it happen. Today we're at Gems Nursery with Aklima and Andrea. They started their journey in 2021 from Dubai, setting up the nursery here. We're going to ask them a few questions about their journey. So can you tell me a little bit about yourselves and what you were doing before you set up Gems Nursery?
Well, I was working in Dubai, doing some teaching, which I really enjoyed. It was very rewarding.
And I was working in an early years centre, again in Dubai, so that's where we know each other from. And I was managing an early years centre there.
So how was it like managing a centre there?
Very different, I think, because of the context and culturally. We had like lots of resources and a lot to do and state of the art building, but we struggle with a lot of like behavioural issues or just like boundaries and things like that. So we had our struggles, which are different to the struggles we've got here.
Yeah.
But it was. I really enjoyed it. It was one of those things where really, really tough, really, really challenging. When you get home at the end of the night, you're just like, you feel good about yourself. Yeah, definitely a rewarding job.
So what made you move to the UK?
Well, we decided, obviously, I had family, and it's obviously quite a struggle, when you're trying to juggle sort of obviously teaching job and family, and it was just kind of a little bit of a...
After COVID.
It
felt far away from everyone. We just thought, do you know what, like, life's short, COVID came, lockdown, no flights. We just thought we'd rather be home. Like, it's where you know, it's what you know, family, friends, everyone's around.
Yeah.
So you were born here and raised here and then moved to Dubai for work and everything.
And then moved back again.
Yeah.
Came back home.
So you chose the cold weather instead of the heat.
Yeah. I really miss autumn. I think that was the thing I missed the most about the UK. I never thought I'd say this, the rain, but the autumn, like I missed the leaves falling and
the colours.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to open your own nursery?
I think for me, obviously having family of my own, obviously be involved with the teaching side of it, I know what a struggle it is, to try and juggle sort of being a mum, working, with children and what have you. I'm very passionate about childcare. So for me, it's something I've always wanted to do deep down. And obviously, meeting Aklima, she sort of brought it out in us.
Young children.
Yeah.
And we thought, we're going to set up a business. What should we do? We're going to go back to the UK. Going back into teaching fields, obviously, got its needs of its own. And because our children are so young, we thought, well, let's just work in a nursery rather than working in a school. We'd be able to be more actively part of the children's school runs, that kind of thing. So then we thought we'd do it. But to be honest, it was Andrea's, I'm going to say, initiative to be like, we can do it on our own. I thought I'd just manage a nursery. I'd just go into, managing a nursery. But she was very much like, no, we can do it. That's where she found your course. And your course broke it down for dummies, really. It was amazing. Just gave us everything we ever could need. So even though when we thought, we couldn't do that, we've never set up a business. Neither of us have got any experience at all in setting up businesses or anything like that. But yeah, you just give us step by step, really, really clear. Cannot recommend the course enough. So this is a 100%. Shout out. If you're thinking about it, definitely just give you everything you need. Like even when it was nothing to do with nurseries, like the part where you taught us how to set websites, I went back to it 4 years later to help create a website for something else that I was doing, which wasn't the nursery, but just the way you explained how to create your own websites, how to do everything on your own. It was just Definitely.
So we realised we could do it then.
It empowered us, made us feel brave enough.
It did.
And like Andrea's kind of dealt with all of the structural part, which again, your course has really supported and helped and given us the foundation, laid us a really strong foundation to fall back on. And I focused very much so in terms of background. We were already doing some consultants work in the UAE and in Brunei. I lived in Brunei for a while, and I've got my master's in early years education. I've done my MPQEL. So I'm very much, and I used to work for the KHDA, which is a Ofsted equivalent in Dubai. And so a lot of the work I did a lot of consultancy back there, where it was helping early year centres, improving their standards, raising the quality of education, etc., etc. And because we've travelled so much, I was able to like pick up on different contexts and different countries and cultures' approach to early years education, which has been mind-blowing. And we just kind of put it all together and created something where the curriculum was very holistic. So it looked at, yes, we had the EYFS, but we just wanted to add so many more things in. Back when we set up the nursery, we had things like teaching children budgeting in the early years. We take them to Sainsbury's because it's right next door, and the children would go do their own shopping, they'd buy the things, they'd see how much change they've got, they'd calculate it between them, borrow money off each other, buy the bananas for their snacks, come back, cut their own snacks and eat it. Yeah. And we'd be doing things like supervised toothbrushing and stuff. Coding, we have our coder pillar, so we'd be teaching them coding, and we're really trying to equip them with the skills that they need for when they grow up. So not just what's happening now, but knowing that a 5-year-old now is going to grow up in a very different world to what we have or what we grew up in, and equipping them with them skills. And we've been doing it at Gems through Noble Minds. We've got this elite curriculum. We have been doing it, and now, like Newcastle's now piloting supervised toothbrushing. So we're working with the council now, and they've come and kind of taken a picture of our toothbrushing stations, and we're kind of helping them and showing them how we've been doing it. We're trendsetters. Similarly, like it was on the news, they were talking about how, they're going to revamp the national curriculum and they're going to start adding mortgages and budgeting and coding and AI. And I was like, been there, done that. We've been at it at Gems. So I'm really proud of being able to have had Noble Minds. We created an app, it's kept us right, and it's really taken the brunt off the admin side of things. So that's kind of our forte at Noble Minds part of things. But it's just been really great at Gems being able to merge the two together. So just get the foundations from you, get how to figure it out, what to do, how we can go about creating the structure, and then just being able to have the ongoing support in terms of making sure when we've got our children, we're doing the best we can with them, and we're giving them the best possibilities and options and education that we can possibly.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more about Noble Minds.
It's really exciting. So,
I can see you have a big passion for children's learning. Where do you think that comes from?
Well, because look, so when I was born, my parents came to the UK, they couldn't speak English. So I was an ethnic minority in my class in the whole of Newcastle. The ethnic minority is relatively small. And so we didn't have our parents reading us stories at night. We didn't have assistance with our homework. Because our parents couldn't read English, we didn't have that support. And then now, obviously, I've gone on to do my master's and I've done a lot of research in it. The data explicitly shows equality, equity, the difference that it makes just being able to have somebody speaking the language to you, reading the story, the access to the vocabulary, etc., etc. And I don't want that for the next generation. So that's our job to give back. So now we've grown up. English is, as much as Bengali is obviously my mother tongue, I speak English fluently. I was born and raised in this country, and now I need to give back to others who might not have the same opportunity. Majority of our children are English additional language children. We've gone above and beyond to do things like the ILCAN, so we're a communication friendly setting award. We've got ours last year, and we're the first one to get in our first year. They were like, "Are you sure you've just opened doors? Are you sure you want to do this?" I said, "Yes." We need to make sure the little time we've got with them, we do the best that we can to close that gap, because our ratios mean that we've got lots of time with our children. Once they get into the schooling system, that teacher's got 30 kids. And how is she going to be able to? So that gap that ethnic minority children or English additional language children start with only goes through their education, primary school, high school, the GCSEs. They're just at a disadvantage for the rest of their entire lives. And we in nurseries and in earlier settings have such a unique opportunity to really maximise on that, help fill that gap. The more we're reading to them, even if their parents aren't, we can compensate. We're just in a position where we can compensate.
What's
So
that qualification? What's that certification?
early years, I'll go get it for you and show it to you in a minute. But it's called it's an ILCAN, so it's a government-funded project that they've done, and it gives you a little sticker, so a little like Austin and stuff, where you get a little badge. But it means that you're a communication-friendly setting. So it's something we're just really passionate about. We're really committed to, and if we've got a nursery, we're not just a daycare where we're just stopping them from hurting themselves. We want a chance to make a difference.
Education side is important.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
definitely. And like we've gone as far as to do really like extreme things, right? To we chased up, so we've had like 5 children that graduated last year from Gems Nursery. So we started with us, they graduated, and they went on to school. And then we chased up their school teachers.
Afterwards, since
We
they've been at
chased up their
school.
school teachers, and we gave them a survey to fill for us for school readiness. And we wanted like a comparison. We wanted to see, from all of the effort that we put in, how far did we get with that school readiness? And yes, our children, in terms of holding the pencils, their vocabulary, we've only had really, really positive feedback to say actually attainment levels amazing. Like it's really, really like all the hard work has paid off to
Yeah.
show that they've really stepped up and got an advantage. So no longer at a disadvantage. They're actually one step above and a lot more ready, school ready, showing the skills that they need. Phonics, we've really put that oomph into it.
Yeah.
So they're definitely ahead of the game. We're giving them a good push start into life, hopefully.
That's really good. A lot of people don't get to see the impact that they do, because obviously once they go to school,
Well, I chased
it's
them.
gone.
I stalked them a little bit. We stalked them a little bit.
That's good. That's good. That's a good idea to do.
Nobody else steal it, joke. I'm joking. Nobody steal it. I believe in sharing. I think more people just need to be doing it. I think there's so much in terms of good practice. The more we share, the more we learn, the more people benefit. If everybody else is doing what we're doing, if it's working, I'm not saying copy us if we're not, if it's not working, but if it's working for us, do it, take the initiative, follow it. Don't reinvent the wheel. It's working, then do it. So chase it. Oh, primary school teachers are going to be like, "Who's this?" But no, honestly, I think it's really, really important that they just get that follow up. Newcastle's introduced something called the passport, so it's great because it's how we measure. So
It is, yeah.
what we do is
So we can go into the passport, and we basically, it's how we can like assess the children. So you've got, you can look at the different stages throughout, like sort of, for example, not 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and so on. And we can go and have a look. So you can see, obviously, every child's different, as you know, and they're going to grow at their own pace. But obviously, there's certain milestones and what
so it's a
have you
little bit
they
like
need.
Development Matters, but a different version of it.
So was there a moment in the journey of opening a nursery where you thought, okay, this is definitely what I'm going to do now?
So yeah, I think it was straight away. It was very much like I said, we assessed, okay, we're going to move back. What should we do? We played with lots of different ideas, and we just thought, we've got young children. This is the only one that makes sense. So at that point, we were gung ho. Yes, this is it. Especially when we come across your course and stuff. We were like, we've got everything we need. Make this work. This is it. And we were sure about it. So that's the surest we've been.
Yeah.
And
Very
since-
motivational.
Yeah. And then since then, I think when reality hits town and you try to put things. So we were doing it from abroad, by the way. So we did your course from abroad, and we had everything ready, all the forms, everything good to go before we even landed in the country. We were like, we're going to land, and that's it. It's going to be.
Did you look for buildings abroad?
We did try to look for buildings and stuff while we were abroad. Obviously, that didn't pan out too well. And then reality hit home when we got here. It was like it took us a year and a half to 2 years trying to find a building.
Yeah.
And even then, now that we found the building, it was a compromise. I think from our journey, if you asked us what was the hardest part, it was finding a building.
Yeah.
Because we were really limited in terms of the community, where we wanted to be, where we were familiar with. We've just come back into the country, so we didn't want to be bang in the middle of nowhere where we've got no community links or support. So we were very specific about the area we wanted, and then we couldn't find somewhere that had a play area and a garden, or that it wasn't disrupting traffic, pick up, drop off. There's so many things to consider, as your course explicitly explains and equips us with. But just putting that into practice, it was just finding a building. Took us over a year and a half. We were ready to go, and it was just the building we needed. And in the end, when we got this building, it was a sight to see. It was really scary and dingy, and it had a stairs as soon as you come in. So it definitely wasn't something.
Felt a little bit derelict.
Yeah, ideal is far from how we would describe it. However, we thought, you know what, we can make it work. There's a big patch of grass outside, which means that we can have like a buggy stand. We can have a little unit for babies, so that the stairs isn't such a hindrance for the prams and stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody else can climb the steps. And we've got a big hall. Let's make it work. And we've just flipped it on its head. And when you have your little tour, you'll see we took a little dingy hole and it was really creepy. I'm not like, we had weird blue walls. It was scary to look at. We managed to make it into a home.
Transformed, yeah.
It definitely was really nice and bright. Do you have any before pictures that we can see?
I'll see if we can rummage them. We've definitely got them.
Yeah.
I'll find them and definitely share them
I was
with
going
you.
to
So you can do the before and
say they're
after.
somewhere.
I still have nightmares about it. 'Cause everyone was like, "Are you sure?" We're like, "Yeah, we can make it work." We were just desperate
Had a
at the time.
vision.
By
Had a
that
vision.
point- But I do feel like, I still feel like it's so sad because it's so beautiful now. We don't have the shop front windows. So had we been downstairs like a regular nursery, maybe had the big windows, people could see how beautiful it is and how amazing it is from outside. And that would, again, be its marketing in itself. And it would just be great. So I do still feel saddened that it hasn't. But I think it's inspiration for those who are looking for the ideal to just... Sometimes compromising isn't a bad thing. You know, you can always find a way. There's always a solution.
So are you happy that you compromised?
100%. Because if I didn't, I'd still be looking for a building to now. Because the search never stopped. We found this building and I just said it's a pit stop. Don't worry. We're going to keep looking and we'll find something better suited to us and we can always move. We're not trees. We can move, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, we still haven't found anywhere better. So the search goes on. And in the meantime...
working though, isn't it? It's totally working.
Really well. So even if we found somewhere else, it would just be an addition. It would never be up to replace. Because now we've got our community roots here. We've got our parents. We've got our families. We've got our memories now attached. It's the home for us. We're here. It's a side here. We're here. So we can't imagine ever leaving now.
When you got the building, did things start moving faster then?
Almost definitely, yes.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, like I said, because we had everything ready to go, I had my room, everything envisioned. We had our planning boards, you know, like vision boards. Everything was pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, it was kind of like sort of hit the
boxes
ground
are
running.
Yeah,
really, didn't we? Yeah. Just all full
systems
steam
go.
ahead.
Yeah. The only thing after that was just the Ofsted, wasn't it? That was a bit delayed. So it was all ready to go, looking beautiful, ready to open doors for September. And then Ofsted hadn't come and given us that little thumbs up.
So it was a case of
waiting. And then we had parents ready to start. And it was, but they were lovely. They were really, really, they had a bit of a backlog, but I think I rang them every single day. But they were absolutely lovely, very, very supportive. They came out, everything was very smooth and they gave us a little thumbs up that we needed. And it's been all systems go since.
Yeah. Very fast paced, and since then haven't looked back.
So you mentioned about the building being a struggle. Was there any other hurdles that you faced along the way?
I wouldn't call them hurdles. I think the rest of it is the stride. It's the journey. I wouldn't describe them as hurdles. Finding a building was a hurdle because we couldn't progress without it. But the rest of it is part and parcel of the roller coaster game,
it's the journey.
and it's part of the fun. The thrills of every day. It's all part of the fun. So there hasn't been any other, dare I say, hurdles. We have had a few issues with our outdoor space, which are inevitable. Well, I'm going to say inevitable, but we had a landlord change once we got it. So we'd taken the building because it had big outdoor space and thought it was great. And then the landlords changed, like the landlord we agreed with signed off and sold it to a different landlord. And then that landlord said it wasn't part of the contract. And then it was, oh my goodness, you know, it's all of that, like I said, emotional roller coaster. But he's been great, happy to facilitate us. And we've been finding our ways to kind of, again, build on the outdoor space and just
taken a while, but it's taken shape now. We're getting there with it.
It's had a few faces. It's been faced and refaced and faced and refaced, and everything was out, everyone playing, and then in summer we took it all off because the landlord said he was going to develop it and make it all nice and flat for us, and then he's had some issues and then it hasn't got done, so then we've just had to put everything back on top of something half done, but we're making it work. Our kids are amazing. We go to forest school with the children, so they're really trained with being in the outdoors and everything. The floor being uneven is good for them. They love it. They used to
out in all weathers as well. Doesn't matter what the weather's like.
They definitely love the puddles.
Love it.
Jumping in muddy puddles. We've got lots of them and they love it.
So I remember when you was looking for the building, you said it's been a long 18 months. What kept you motivated through that time?
Really, it's just for me.
We had no choice, did we?
Yeah, really.
We were too far in by then. We were like...
It's the motivation of the end result, really, isn't it?
So you just kept focused on what
the
results
just have to keep focusing, keep each other motivated.
Yeah, it's not that we didn't waver in our focus, but we had each other to say, do you know what?
To bounce off on.
Yeah, we're already this deep now. We can do it. It'll be fine. We'll find the right place. You know, let's just keep supporting each other through it, and then eventually we did.
So I remember you in particular, Aklima, there was times when you was doing offset registration, you was looking for buildings, and you was pregnant. How did you balance all of that?
Well, the process has taken about 4 to 5 years, I think, to come into fruition. From when we envisioned it, 2021 to 2025, I think it took about 3 years for it to actually happen. So yeah, it has been really, really, really tough. I think at this point, I will say, and I've shared this with you before we started to talk. I think nobody warns you about that. Maybe they do, and I didn't get it. It's always been my dream to have my own business. And when this came along, Andrea was doing the businessy part, I was doing the curriculum part, had Noble Minds, and I just thought, oh, this is great, you know? And I didn't really calculate or take into consideration what it entailed or how much it entailed. And I think I would be dishonest if I sat here and I didn't say that it's not all roses. It's amazing. I don't have any regrets. It's just been a really, really, really like a dream come true. But in hindsight, if I could have done it when I was single, that would have been, I could have given my all to it, I would have had nothing else. But doing it whilst you're having children, and I'd convinced myself that that was why we did it, for our children, because we've got such young children, seemed like a really good idea. What I didn't fathom is the business element of it isn't something you can switch off from.
Yeah.
So yes, we have young children, and yes, our young children can come to the nursery, and that's why I'm so committed to the curriculum and making sure it's the best that it could ever be, because my own children are the ones that are going to benefit from that, and I really want the best for my own children as I want for everybody else. But that then means we've got to set the emotions and the everything else that comes with being pregnant and being a new mum, and trying to kind of balance that and juggle that with a business which you can't switch off from, because you're responsible for very young children and their health and their safety, and you cannot switch off from that. So had worked with, like I said, Noble Minds, we go and we do consultancy, and then we come back out and we can take the jobs on as we want them, and it's as and when you want to work, and it's fine, and that's great. But when you've got a nursery, you've got a huge responsibility. They're your children. They're all under your responsibility to ensure that they're safe, to ensure that they're learning, to ensure that they're loved and they feel like they belong, and all of the other things that come with it. And when you're already maybe mentally and emotionally and everything going through so much already, it's just really hard. It's hard to switch off from. It's hard to juggle. It's just hard. I don't know what else to say. So I would say, if you are thinking of opening a nursery, do it. Put your heart and soul into it. But if somebody hasn't told you, when you're having children, it's tough to have children. So maybe try not to do the two of them together.
They're both full-time jobs. They're both not even full-time jobs. They're 24/7. Yeah.
So I'd be waking up 3 a.m. in the morning with the baby, and then be on my phone trying to be finding the next resource or this or that or something that's happening. So I'd be still working 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm trying to feed the baby, and then trying to fill that gap as well, and then you can't switch off from either.
Both run alongside each other.
And you think, like, everyone's like, oh, you're so lucky you don't have mum guilt, because obviously, like, I'm the one person that can take my child to work with me, and I love it. They're with me all of the time, and I love the fact that I don't have to be apart from my parent, because I was a helicopter parent, like I have. I don't like to be away from my children. But as much as I'm very much present with my children, as in I come to work with them and they're in my nursery and they're under my supervision, and I've watched my children grow in my own nursery, and I feel so blessed to have been able to decide the curriculum that they get and what they're learning that they do, and all of the fun things. Like, I've been a deciding factor to all of, like, my child's been through my nursery, and I know she's had the most elite learning experience so far, learning journey so far before she's gone on to school, and I'm so proud of that. But if you think for 1 second that means you don't have mum guilt, you're wrong, because your body is there and your being is there, but your mind more often than not is somewhere else, because you're trying to juggle the business. So then you still have the mum guilt for feeling like you're not present. It's unreal. We can't get away from it. I thought I had the hack. Let's create a nursery, and that's the hack. I can be mum and a businesswoman at the same time. But no, that was a lie, and that's not true. And you can't, and it's really tough. And if I had a chance, I would have not set up a business at this stage. I would have done it before I had children, or maybe with my children didn't need me as much. But I'm in it now, and I'm making the best of the situation we've got at the moment. But I really wanted to share that with everyone, to say, don't let it deter you. Don't ever let having children deter you or anything like that. Never, ever, ever. The glass.
Well, you're
the
proof
glass
that it's
ceiling.
achievable.
Yes,
Yeah.
glass ceiling, we smash it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, take care of yourself. Take what you can take on board, and it takes an army. It takes, and I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed. I've had her.
Yes.
Kept me right. I hope I've kept you right.
Definitely.
And it's not just the two of us. Behind the two of us that are here at this interview, there's an entire army propping us up.
Supporting you both.
There's somebody separate doing the finances. There's somebody separate doing the business structure. Our poor husbands get roped in. They're dealing with the structural element of things, keeping us afloat. We've got the immaculate team. Oh, honestly, our team are just so solid. And we're so blessed to have that. And it's taken all of that. They say it takes a village. We're not lying.
That's true. Yeah, 100%.
It's taken a village. Yeah.
Well, you've done the end result anyway is beautiful. Like, I'm
We
excited.
are very proud. We are very, very proud of what we've come to. And we don't believe it's an end. It's just, again, like a journey. We're only just getting started.
Yeah.
We're a year or two in. Watch this space.
Yeah. More to come.
So you mentioned about support. What sort of support helped the most during your journey?
You definitely need family. Yeah, each other. Family around. We've got a very good family. And like I say, bouncing off each other. Obviously, we've got a really good working relationship.
And I'd say, honestly, like, I know it's going to sound really cheesy, like I'm just shouting you out, but you, honestly, the night before Ofsted, we're going to come, I think it was 9 o'clock at night, and I was just like, oh, he's not going to answer. I'm going to call him anyways.
Yeah.
And I had no question for you. I had no question at all to ask you. I just wanted to, hi, they're coming tomorrow. They're coming, you're like, you've got this. And that's it. We kind of need that.
Do you see that reassurance?
The fact that we've got the course, like there's lots of courses out there and everyone's doing everything. But to really have that personal touch, like, look, we met in 2021, we're in 2025, you're here in my hometown, that emotional and personal attachment that you bring to your courses, where you really care, like you genuinely really care. You always check in. Are you okay? Between all your children, you're still sane, you're still hanging on there. And that's it. So that's what we mean by saying support.
Yeah.
You.
It's genuine support, isn't it? Yeah.
Family, the team. Like, I get kicked out of Gems all the time. And that's because they're like, you need to go home. You need to time out. You need to take a break. And that's the support we're talking about, when you're surrounded by people who see your end goal, they see the dream, they see the vision, and they carry you there. They help.
They genuinely care and they genuinely want to get you there and support you.
I appreciate that. I wasn't paying for the shout out.
This is not paid. I'm not paid ad. But I'm expecting food after this.
What do you think makes your nursery different to others in the area?
So if I haven't said enough,
The curriculum.
and if you have not heard enough about Noble Minds curriculum, I'll just hit you with it again. In terms of our cause and our roots, where we came from, we're very much a family of community workers. My dad did a lot for our community. He was one of the first Bangladeshis in the area. He's one of the founders of the Bangladesh Community Centre, and then I come from a whole family of community workers. And we've always tried our very best from a young age to be doing things to benefit the community. So I would say the thing that makes Gems very different to any, and I'm not going to say in this area, I'm going to say just generally as a whole, I think Gems is very community based. As in, when we were building a shed, we put a general announcement out, and we had people from the streets randomly strolling in. I've got a hammer and I've got a screw, and let's do this. We know all our kids, the local bakery across the road. It's not just trips. I think sometimes people just do just trips and it's a nice experience and that's the end of it. With our kids, it's part of who they are, or their curriculum, or their learning, or what they're becoming. To be part of that community, the litter picking, the old people's home across the road. We've got the intergenerational project we've got going on. We go there every single week, and we've got ties. It's not just the old people that we've built them friendships with and we write letters to. Their families know our kids.
That's really nice.
And their families are like, my dad really looks forward to when the Gems kids, the little Gems are coming through. And, we've really, really, really built that strong community spirit. When I had a baby, I had people I didn't know sending like baby clothes and stuff, and they're like, is it a boy or a girl? And we were like, we've got the church next door. We've just got such a lovely community spirit going on, and our kids really belong in that Like they'll know when they're in Sainsbury's next door, everybody knows, oh, they're coming to get their snacks.
Yeah.
They need snack time.
Yeah.
They know, like everyone knows everyone, and we've got really, really strong ties. And that curriculum that we've built requires them to go to the library like very often, not just a trip there, like have their memberships, have their stuff.
Yeah, to like
Kids have all
really
got
be part
their
of the community.
borrowing their
and,
books, reading their books, returning their books,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Just really teaching them like how to be, or helping them become full citizens of the world.
Really ticking all the boxes for British values.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly, definitely.
You touched on it again. So what sort of atmosphere are you trying to create with the nursery for your kids and your families?
We just want them to be like a sense of belonging, I would say. I just think that a lot of our children, like I said, are from the ethnic minority community of Newcastle, and they're not always going to be in a majority, in a position where they are a majority. And in our nursery, because majority of our children are from ethnic minority communities, we try to make it, and it sounds so cheesy to say home away from home, but genuinely, like our dolls, we've got them wearing saris, we've got them wearing the lengas, we have our community week, we have Asian food, the culture, the language, we're putting them to sleep. We ask their parents, what do you sing to your child when they go to sleep? Like what kind of lullaby or things you have going on. We learn them, we try to learn our Ruby parents, which is our baby, the key workers that are looking after. Andrea's one of them, by the way.
Yeah.
They really learn all of the little lullabies and stuff that they sing to them, so children really can feel what's normal.
Yeah.
To help them bring that and make that as part of their identity. It's normal to bring biryani for lunch. It is normal to do that and build that confidence in that. So when they do go off to primary school, when they might then become a minority, they're still comfortable to take their biryani with them in their packed lunch and it's all good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not to not feel, because they've now built that as part of who they are and they're comfortable with their identities.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. When you have a strong identity, it helps you to build on your...
It gives you the confidence, doesn't it? Yeah.
What plans do you have for the nursery in the future?
We want to create like a model which really makes a difference in education. I feel like there's a lot that could be brought to early years education, and I've seen other countries do it. So in the UK, nurseries predominantly are free, dare I say, use that word loosely, but there's lots of free hours and stuff provided for parents. Whereas in other countries, you have to pay for early years education. There is no concept of free hours, and therefore it's a business and it's treated like one that, and you know, in terms of the resources, and there's a lot of money pumped into it, and then they've got really high caliber, really state-of-the-art buildings, curriculums, education systems, facilities, resources. Everything is really state-of-the-art, and they really maximize that time they've got with the kids, and the kids grow and learn so much to create that strong foundation. I feel like here it's a different approach because, again, like I said, it's free, or you know, it's not a business model.
It's not seen the same.
It's not seen the same. And because it's not seen the same and it's not as competitive, there's not as much effort. And I'm not saying taking away from the effort that's put into it. I'm just saying the effort levels are different in different countries.
Yeah.
And I would like to see more done in the early years, not because early years staff are not working hard enough as it is, because they are, and we all are, but just using that energy in a different way.
Yeah.
So that we can help the children, you know, make every interaction count.
So how does Noble Minds support that?
So the thing about Noble Minds is it kind of takes all the admin away from the staff and from everybody. And it's got this, like I said, really immaculate curriculum, which is inspired so heavily from the IB, from other early years facilities around the world. And then it's just created this like really holistic approach to teaching the children. So staff have everything there. You don't need to put in, you know, so like, for example, you're going to teach a child or you're going to do an activity with a child. We might have the early learning goals. That would be our plan. Then we'll have our intent and our implementation and our impact. And so the app kind of tells you how you can approach it and in which way you can approach it, and kind of suggests out of the box ways, so not the traditional ways that you may have attempted to get that message across to them, and tries to incorporate things like AI or coding or other things, get the same message across, but you can still teach them another skill in the process. It's just, like I said, holistic education is the only way I can approach it, where it's not just how you think an activity and then I've taught that box to take on the passport or on development matters where they've learned that skill. It's about thinking, I'd like them to learn this. These are all the ways that I can do it.
Yeah.
to see that they get so much more out of it alongside of that skill. There's so many more skills that they can get whilst doing that.
So essentially, it helps to broaden their curriculum and allow them to have a deeper understanding.
And just takes the admin side off it, like I said, because everything's all on the app. And I know other apps have got like the EYFS in it, but ours is not just the EYFS. We've got, like I said, some community visits. So we've set into place like contracts because of the fact that we've got community workers. Staff don't have the time to create these visits and to arrange, coordinate with the local care home, then coordinate with the fire station, and then coordinate with the police, and then coordinate. It's a lot of coordination, a lot of difficulty, and it's hard. And you've already got so much on your plates already because it's not easy running a nursery and all of the things that entails mandatory. So the extracurricular stuff is a little bit pushed to the side sometimes. So the app takes the brunt of that. We've got contracts with, like, for example, one of the local care homes that we use is a huge franchise, a big name throughout UK. And because we've got all our policies and procedures in place, because we've set up the curriculum, the kind of activities they do with the old people to keep it consistent and to keep it, like something that is flowing. We don't want to visit where you meet the old and then you leave and then we've ticked a box and we've gone to visit a care home. It's about building them relationships. It's about really building them bonds. And so we've got all of the policies in like a ready-made pack, done, dusted, ready with the franchise owners. So therefore anyone, anywhere in York or in London or somewhere else could be able to just pick it up from the app, and the app would arrange and cover and organise that element for them. So the community visits part, culture capital element of it, wouldn't be something that management are trying to add onto their list of admin of things to do. The app takes the brunt of it by leaning on the community aspect of things that's got built in. It takes a lot of that headache off management.
No, it's really interesting, and I'd really love to come back and see the app in practice.
We cannot wait. We'll have you here. Don't you
Very
worry.
welcome.
So what does it mean now, standing in your nursery and seeing it actually running?
Extremely rewarding. Makes it feel like all of the hard work is 100% been worth it.
We were bubbling in tears on our graduation. So in July we had, like I said, our first graduation, and we both just stood there and we just cried, and it was an embarrassing cry. Like, I just had a baby. It was an embarrassing cry. Like, I'm absolutely mortified. I can't share any of the videos. I can't. And the fact that the parents sat there and watched me, this bubbling bag of emotions, but I couldn't. These kids came to me so tiny, whiny, and they couldn't speak, some of them, and they couldn't get their words out. And
so it left completely different people, didn't they?
Just left. Yeah. Like, bye, see you next time. And I'm like, you can say see you next time. Like,
yeah.
Are those some of your proudest moments?
That was when one of our proudest moments. We always share it. Like, it's our one thing that, and it's a specific case today of this one boy who came to us, and he was 4.5. Or 4 when he came to us, 4, I think, when he came to us, and his mum was really, really concerned, and he just hadn't developed his speech and language just yet, and wasn't using very many words or sounds or talking or sharing in his the toilet or any of that.
Like no communication much, was there?
Yeah. And it was obviously a huge concern for mum, and we were also worried too. So we've done every single thing by the book in terms of, all of the initiatives, communication, language, external support, visitors, everything. We've done everything to support him in his journey. And I'm going to credit Ilkan a little bit. It's just a mesh of things. I can't say it was just one thing, but it was such a concern for us because mum was so concerned about it. We just really put a lot of heart into that one-to-ones with him.
Yeah.
And we used to do this thing that, obviously in the morning, you have the morning songs and the repetition of the morning songs. So we introduced the hello everyone, how are you today? My name is, and it drives us up the wall.
Because we're repeating it every day.
It drives us up the wall. As soon as you start hearing that tune, I'm a little bit, where's my headphone? But honestly, like, we saw that he really took to it, and he went home and he'd hum it, and then he'd be like, today, and he'd say his name. And then we heard him take his first word.
Yeah.
And then within weeks, like, it was a fast one. He said the first word. And then I think the first word was today or a or day.
Yeah.
And then from that, it was just within a few weeks, it was just flowing sentences.
Yeah.
It was just mad. It's like he had it in his head the entire time. He had it in his head the entire time. He knew all along, just didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
It's okay now, I feel like it now. And had full sentence, and it was amazing to watch. The relief, mum was crying, the happiness, and he'd sing the song at home all the time. She was overwhelmed and happy that he was singing, and I was thinking, oh, I can't think of anything worse. But because of him, and because of how much, you know, it really, really meant to us, we were all, as a nursery, really collectively supporting him with that language. Honestly, it was a team effort, but it was one of our proudest moments. Till now, it just makes us feel giddy, makes me feel so like.
That's the thing that people don't realize, is that the rewarding moments don't come from the business or making the money and stuff like that. It comes actually from just developing the children.
Seeing the difference in the children from starting through to leaving. It's just a huge difference.
That's why I'm so passionate about childcare, because you can't get it from anywhere else. You can't get those moments from hardly any other field. You can't get it running any other business.
I've been a deputy head teacher in a local primary school. I've taught in high schools. I've literally been around the world.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, early years, without any compromise, without word of a doubt, is the most rewarding.
Yeah.
Because you get to see it firsthand, fast development. You get to see it like really quick, how they pick up on the skills. You see their first steps. You see all of them beautiful milestone moments. You see them growing right in front of your eyes, like literally. So,
that's definitely the best part of it, 100%.
Can't replace it. No other field in the world, no other job in the world that could make you feel
like that.
Giddy.
Because you feel like it's your own children. The same as when you see your own children doing it.
You remember it forever. You remember it 10, 20 years, 30 years later. You'll still remember that child. Even long that child's growing up, become an adult, they'll forget you. But you'll always remember that moment when you spoke, when you said his first word. And
definitely. You keep it with you, don't you?
So what's it been like working together to bring Nursery to life?
Not because we got each other. If we didn't have each other, I don't think it's a one-man thing. I don't think one person can do all of it. And that's not to say they can't. Lots of people do. So yes, they can. But I couldn't.
Hard,
The fact that, again, I've had somebody else to prefer, like, somebody taking the structural element of things. I can focus on the curriculum part of things. I live with, like, in the resources and the moments of, like, bringing the curriculum to life, bringing their learning to life. And I couldn't do that and focus so much on it and be so passionate about it and dedicate my entire soul to it if I was trying to figure out if the electricity bills had been paid, and rotering the staff, and, you know, the mundane but needed things. If I was wrapped up in doing things like that, I couldn't be as devoted as I am to the curriculum. So I think you need to have that. You need to have.
It's like a buffer, isn't it, as well? And having somebody who's going through the same thing as you are, they've got that kind of level of understanding as well.
Definitely.
Did you have defined roles beforehand?
Kind of. It was clear, like, I had no idea about anything to do with businesses. She's always been a bit more savvy with that kind of stuff. But I've always been a bit of a geek. Education, my degree, my master's, my base, my studying,
we're kind of new from the
We're kind of new.
We knew what place.
I was just going to go into a world of curriculum. That was very clear, and she was definitely going to be structural and making sure we've got a roof over our heads and making sure, you know, bills are paid and stuff. Yeah,
when you're starting a business, it's important to have those clearly defined roles. And I always stress that.
So you know there's no sort of crossovers and things. I thought you'd done that. I thought you'd done that. You know where. You need to know where you are.
You know what your expectations are.
Yes, exactly.
If you could, both of you individually, if you could speak to yourselves 2 years ago, what would you say to yourself?
Can you go first?
Yeah, for me, it would probably be keep looking ahead. Don't kind of look at the situation you're in at the moment. Like Aklima said, it's been a brilliant journey. It's been a very tough journey, and just keep looking ahead and look at the end goal. Focus on the end goal. Don't stress about the here and now necessarily. I know it's got to be dealt with, but always look ahead. Think about what is going to come at the end of it. Basically, the rewards, should we say, at the end of it.
Yeah.
So I've got an issue where I kind of get caught up with the details. But I think if I could tell myself 2 years from now that it doesn't have to be a perfect picture, just because you've envisioned it to look a certain way, it doesn't have to look like that. It could still be just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
So kind of trust the process, as cheesy as that sounds. Just know that what you want to do, know yourself, be sure about what you want to do in your heart, and know that that path will be facilitated. Put it out to the universe. Obviously, I'm a religious person, so I put it out to God. My intentions are good. I want to benefit the children. I want to help them. I want to educate them. And the rest of it's going to fall into place. It's inevitably going to fall into place. You don't need to micromanage or try to control it all. And it might not look like what you thought it was going to look like, but it's going to be just as good, if not better.
Yeah. So for anyone watching that's dreaming about opening a nursery, what advice would you give them?
Don't have any kids. Joke. Not just yet, anyway. No, I would definitely say do it. Understand before you do it. Just because it's very rewarding as well. It can be even financially. There's so many other ways around this. It can be very rewarding, but really think that the thing that you're looking to go ahead to do, the impact that that's about to have to 30 children, them 30 children, their siblings, etc., etc., etc. Let's just say that's your first cohort or your number of children, and then it's 100, and then it's 200, and wherever it is, you're about to impact all of these people's lives.
The staff of it, staff and everything.
Everything and everyone involved, you're about to impact all of these lives. So go in with your eyes wide open, but it's such a beautiful, rewarding position to be in if you can
Bear with it.
Yeah.
If you can see it through. Like, one thing we're really, really proud of at Gems is, there was a saying about when we started, because there was a shortage of staff, it was really difficult to get the right team. And we had lots of like mums who just thought, well, I don't have the education, but they're amazing with kids. They just didn't have the academic side of things. We've helped them kind of come into back into work after they've had their children. We've got them on apprenticeships, we've got them on courses, and they're blossoming, and watching them grow. And they especially last year, one of the members of staff, she said, I would never have done it. I would never have had the confidence to do it. I would have just sat at home and maybe wondered or peed outside, wondering what would life be like.
I was going to do it
outside. I thought about it, and I'm just so glad we got that support that we wanted to bite the bullet. And honestly, she's a qualified professional today, and she's so good at her job. And what a waste of talent had she not ventured out to do it. So honestly, I think it's just, you can impact, like I said, not just children, the staff, each other, the whole community. So do it and really leave your mark in the world and do something good and put something good out there.
Do you have any advice, Andrea?
Really just reiterate what Aklima said. It's so rewarding. It just, like you say, seeing the children from entering nursery to sort of leaving nursery, and knowing that you've been part of that. I know it's just a tiny part, but you've been part of that. It's just like
the foundations.
You take that with you, and it's just, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
So worth every blood, sweat and tear.
And do you feel like this is just the beginning for you?
Definitely. I mean, with Andrea, she's very much, like I said, we're still looking for more buildings, so it'd just be another nursery and another nursery, because once you've done it once, you become very confident in knowing what you're doing, so expanding is quite easy. It's really copy and paste quite often. And for me, I think more with the Noble Minds thing, I think seeing how much difference it can make, the curriculum that you provide and the way in which you approach education, I think definitely with the Noble Minds and Gems, it's a team, it's invincible.
An expansion.
So definitely. So early years consultancy stuff. Once you've set up your nursery after you've done your course, come along. Noble Minds will help you carry the journey out and just see it through and support you through that journey and help you, just kind of with your day-to-day running of things and help you for when Ofsted are going to come through that door. We're going to be ready for them, and hopefully they'll be really happy and impressed with everything that we've got going on.
Awesome. Can we have a look around?
Of course, definitely. Let's do it.
So this is the entrance to Gems Nursery.
Yeah, so we were blessed with long staircases as soon as you enter. So what we thought we'd do with it is use it to showcase our work. So we've got our wow wall, so we have all of our children's work. When parents come in, they can kind of see what their children have been doing. And on the other side, we've got our forest schooling. So forest schooling is a really core part of Gems Nursery. Yeah. And we're so blessed and lucky to have a forest school just like a stone throw away. So just like literally, I'm going to say 2-minute walk just up the road, one straight walk. We've got this beautiful forest called Scotswood Gardens. Yeah. It's so beautiful, and it's got a beautiful, like I said, a forest with a school inside of it. It's got all of the mud kitchens and nature. It's got beehives. It's got a little pond thing going on. It's just got so much, and our kids absolutely adore it. They love forest school. Rain or snow, we're at forest school. We're building dens. We're doing so much. We're out in the nature. It's really a core part of what we believe at Gems. A lot of people are apprehensive when it comes to bad weather and stuff. We just did a lot of education with the parents, bringing them in, talking them through it, talking them through the importance and why it's really, really important that kids do get dirty. They get their clothes dirty, messy, jump in these muddy puddles, but it's such a foundation part of Gems is our forest schooling.
How often do you get to go?
So we go at the very least, twice a week or 3 times a week. So
Oh, it's
sometimes,
really rewarding.
yeah. So we'll definitely take all of our children down all the time. So these are our community visits, and this is this year. So we took last year's ones. Yeah. So we took last year's ones down, and we've just started again this year. So we're only in November now, and you can see we've already got so much we've done in November. It hasn't even been 6 weeks, and we've been to the post office, and we were so lucky to have an actual postman who is like coincidentally collecting the mail at the time. But they got to meet him, and it was really exciting for them because obviously they've got postman Pat, so to kind of make that connection, they actually posted letters out to their parents. So they wrote letters. They sent it out to the parents, they posted it, and then they were there to receive it on the other end at home. This is the letter that I posted. Yeah, it was great. So they managed to receive them at home, and they got to do that. We went to the Gurdwara for Diwali, and we got to see, it's so beautiful. The Newcastle Gurdwara is so beautiful. And shout out to Jazz, he's just the best host ever. It was such a beautiful insight. We just learned so much. We learned so much about the culture, the religion, and it's such a community hub. Like they've got a 24-hour kitchen. Whenever anyone goes, you can get a hot meal any time of the day. Like all our kids, because you see, they all got dal and roti, and they got such nice food. And they just really took so much away from it spiritually. You could just feel like a really nice, calming zen when we went.
Yeah.
We've got St. James's Park, so we've been really lucky to do a tour of St. James's Park football stadium down the road. We've got the farm, we've got Brookhouse Care Home, so that's just across the road from us. And again, like I said, we don't just do a one-off visit and that's it. We do believe in building them bonds and them connections just to keep it going, creating a weekly, bi-weekly, having the back and forth, they write letters to each other and things like that. I think it's just really important that it's not just a visit, it's embedded and it's a relationship built, a bond built. We're trying to get them to come with us to our forest school because the forest school is opposite the road to the care home. So if we can try to facilitate visits where we do the forest schooling together and they come with us there, and it'll be great. So we're looking into try to do that. We've got a bakery across the road. So we've got Jasmine Canapé Chow, amazing. We all have our lunch there all the time. Very addictive food. Desserts are amazing too. So we went there. We did a healthy eating thing. We took our children. They've got their lovely little, learn to be bakers, but in real life. So they got to explore. Yeah, they got all their aprons and stuff on. They got to explore what it's like to be in a bakery, to run a bakery. They got to explore what it's like to create on order, make something on order. They made little fruit pots. So when the children come in, what we have is self-attendance. We try to encourage them to they come and they choose their pictures from we've got a little treasure box because they're gems.
Oh, that's
so cute.
Those little touches.
So, yeah, the little touches. So they come and they take their name and they learn that they're in the Emerald class, and they go stick their little faces on their little names, and that's how we know that they're here.
Yeah.
Which is great. Again, one of the things that we're doing for the community. So our Ruby, Andrea, who you've just met, and one of our other members of staff are fully qualified. They've done the course, which is our first word together by the National Literacy Trust.
Yeah.
And it's a community-based project for mums with babies. It's not just for nursery staff, but it's amazing that we're able to merge the two. So we've opened it to the public. So on Tuesday mornings, I think it's about 10:30, anyone and everyone from the public, mums from the public, they come in. So all of our children then go to forest school at that time. So they come in with their babies and they get to do this first words together.
Really good.
So we get to, if there's any mums that are struggling with their babies, wondering how to play, interact, get their words out, help them with the sounds, with the rhythms, just really educate mums on how to stimulate and support that baby learning. Our qualified staff now, because they've done the training, then pass that on to the whole community. So it's not just our children's parents, it's open to the whole community. Again, this is what I was mentioning earlier. We've achieved our communication friendly setting status, which is, there's only 5 in the whole of Newcastle. Nurseries that have done that, and a lot of them are a lot older. We're still babies and newbies in the nursery world, and yet this was so important. It was one of the first things that we wanted to get done as soon as we had the opportunity. This was the fact that we've done the EEE. So the Nelly schooling, we embarked on the Nelly school journey, which is about, again, a Nelly schooling is curriculum, a lot about communication. It's funded by the DFE, so it's really, really good curriculum. I'd really encourage it, but we were part of that too. Math Champions is coming soon. We've enrolled on that, and in February we'll be starting that. So again, that's a really, really elite program teaching children or teaching our educators how to work with the children and really incorporate math into their learning. So, so this is where parents will kind of come in, they'll sign in, and then they get to have a look at their routines. Just before we get there, a lot of our pictures have fallen off now because we're switching them around, but I just wanted to bring to you that one of the things that are really important to us at Gems is our screen. Like, I know a lot of people don't have maybe the budget for it or the finances for it, but our touch screen monitor is something that really brings the learning to life and helps us incorporate technology. It gets the kids moving. We've got a little projector thing, so when the kids do the dances, I'll show it to you when you get in, but this is kind of seeing it in action. So when we're teaching about mini beasts, they found the beasts in the forest in their real habitat. They came back, they did lots of arts and crafts around it and activities, and they even saw on the TV, they were able to go touch which one was which one, and you know, got them out and about. So I'll take you into the nursery. So this is a little bit of our baby space, but a little of all about me, if you can blur it out, but this is all of our cultures that we've got, and we ensure that our cultures are being represented in their speech, in their food, in their clothes. Every week we have a Culture Friday, so somebody comes in from, like, so maybe one of the parents, Bengali parents, one of the Pakistani parents, anyone from any of their cultures, they come in, the mums, the parents, the dads, whoever, and they speak in their language. They'll sing a song or do a dance from their community, from their culture. They'll wear their cultural clothing. They might bring a little bit of a nibble. Like we had the Bengali Culture Day. We had lots of Bengali food. We had some pakoras. We had dal bhat. We had all of that going on. All the kids loved it, really, really enjoyed it. So it's a really way that we can share our cultures, and the kids get to know and explore their friends and their cultures too. So it's great. This is just our baby space where we've just designated a little space away where the babies can just, play, crawl, and have a little bit of a private space that's just dedicated to them.
So what are your aims for this area? So
it's just to allow babies just a private space for them. We actually encourage babies to stay in the main room as much as possible, but it's just when it can get sometimes really, really full on, and we think they need a bit of space of their own, especially when they're crawling and things like that. They've just got this small carpeted area that's just for them, where they can crawl and they can climb, and it's all their aged books and their things for them. But a lot of the time, our babies are in the main room with the older children, doing activities with the older children, playing, seeing the facial expressions from the other children. They learn from their peers more than staff sometimes, so we really, really have the babies in the main room quite a lot. So this is just a little bit of our den. It's a blackout room, so we use it as our calm corner. You can see there's lights and stuff inside as well, so kids can have a little sleep in there too, but they can also have a calm down time out moment. We've got a sensory box we give them when they're inside there. They have a little sensory box when they're in there to be able to just to take a time out when things get a bit overwhelming. So we've got these little timers that all our staff keep, and it's to give pause and give children 10 seconds to respond. So when you're training yourself, especially me, I talk so fast, when you're training yourself, I speak very fast and I don't give them a chance to respond, so I just put it on and really just start getting used to, that was 10 seconds, now they can respond, and everyone can get to one, and just helps them get into that moment until it comes to them naturally. So we try to do these little things to make it easier for them. So this is where, where they've gone to their cars and things like that. This is our screen that I said, this is a centre point, I believe, of all of their learning. So it does look like it's got a bandage on. Sorry, this is the preschool area. Yeah, so this is our preschool area, but we do a lot of crossover. We don't believe in confining people to specific areas. So if we're doing an activity here, it might be for the older kids, but the little ones want to come along, by all means. It's free flow. A little bit of a baby changing area. We do a little bit of math over here. This is our dedicated role play space. So we've got a bit of a winter wonderland theme going on at the moment. This is our kitchen space. Role play is a big part of our curriculum. We've got our little supermarket, so a lot of the times we try to build on the learning. We take the children through the journey of going shopping. So the actual stuff, it's actually got the, if you buy, for example, the carrots, you have to make that connection for the carrots.
Orange carrot.
Carrots, orange carrots, and then you have to pay for it. You scan it, and then you have to pay.
1 point.
And then they learn exactly how much they have to pay for what. And once they've bought their groceries, we make them take it to the kitchen and cook it for us. Yeah. So it's like follow up, so they get the whole, And then we've got, like I said, our doctor station. Somebody's been injured at the moment, so I think they've been taken off. But our doctor station, again, really getting into the spirit. And our construction. And tell you what, this is a big hit with the girls, and I love it. Yeah. Really, really encourage it. Our girls get in there with their bricks and their hammers and their screwdrivers. I just think good women power, but definitely a big hit with our girls. Because people think it's very, for the boys, but it's actually not. A lot of our girls are in there fixing things, Bob the Buildering things. And to be honest, a lot of the times we get them to fix things. So like this leg comes loose, you can see.
Yeah.
But we intentionally get the children to flip it on its head. How do we tighten it? Get them to tighten the legs and twist it to screw it and tighten it so they feel like they fixed it. So we show them, oh, that's a bit wobbly. How can we fix it? And we turn it over and we do a whole fix it. So they really feel like they fixed it. Now, this is kind of where they eat, or their activity table. Again, they do a bit of climbing here. This is a bit of our feeling. So when we do a circle corner, we do have a little basket here, which is where, we kind of have our feelings. We talk about our feelings, our little monsters, how we feel today, why we're feeling that way. And then they get to talk, what monster makes them feel which way and why. Or sometimes if they don't want to say the word, they can just point at the word. Not feeling too good. I really encourage them to use their faces to do it, and we use our faces to do it. So for example, we've got like the stairs, which is a part of the dollhouse, the dollhouse. But what we do is we've got the toys, the ramp, to show that actually we show her, oh, do you think she'd find that hard? How is she supposed to climb these steps? And we kind of say, oh, maybe let's find a different way. Maybe we could do something else. Look at this one, it's a ramp. And so do you think if we do it this way, she'll be able to get up better? I think it's important that we should have ramps everywhere so everyone can get up better, and just to really build that on that learning and understanding of everyone's different, but we have to support each other through it. We have to help and facilitate each other on their learning. So we try to make sure like a lot of our things are inclusive, like all of our toys and our resources and stuff.
That's why I think where Gems is different. You really try to get a deeper understanding, a deeper learning in every activity.
Every activity, just every opportunity, because you've got to make every what's it called? There's a saying, make every connection count or make every interaction count.
Yeah.
But you really do have to really maximize on that, because there's so many children all the time. So she looks like them, and then she's got a little headscarf and stuff, but we have like all of our costumes and things like that. We all try to make sure all of our dolls and things are
inclusive too.
They're representing.
It's a secret area.
This is our secret. It's all glow in the dark, and it's all got like UV lighting. The UV light hits it and it comes to life. So this is like the little sensory closet.
This is wow.
It's wow. It's really, and they've like
about a lot.
Yeah, they've got a little pot.
Oh, it's got jellyfish as well.
Yeah. Come on. And we've got like little pots where they have little torches on them. Yeah, so they've got a little basket of torches, which are UV torches, so they can go around and see the planets. And then, like I said, when the light hits it, because it's all UV, if you look there, it's all UV sprayed on top. Yeah. It comes to life. So when they use their torches, it's not just like painted on. It's actually got that black light UV effect to it, so it all comes to life with their little torches. That's amazing. Yeah, they love exploring in here. Thank you for coming. Our little nursery. We haven't shown you the outside, but it's dark, so we can't show you outside, but outside's beautiful too. And that's it. No, thank you for having me, and send my love to Andrea as well. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for coming. Wow, what an incredible journey. Hearing how Aklima and Andrea built this nursery from abroad, navigating the struggles, staying motivated through an 18-month building search, balancing motherhood, and still created such a community-driven curriculum. It's a reminder of what's possible when passion meets purpose. If you're dreaming about opening your own nursery, or you're already on a journey but feeling overwhelmed, confused, or stuck, I want you to know this: you don't have to do it alone. Whether you need step-by-step guidance, support with your building search, help preparing for Ofsted, or the confidence and clarity to finally move forward, that's exactly what I help people with every day. Aklima and Andrea started with the course, reached out when they needed support, and today they're running a beautiful nursery that's changing lives. So if you're ready to take the next step, use the links below. You can book a consultation or join the course or apply for the mentorship. And remember, your nursery could be the next story that inspires someone else. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.